Hi guys, this week we are going to talk about Nutella and why it's so bad for you, and then Steph is going to jump in and show you a really good, easy, homemade recipe on how you can make it yourself. Before we jump in, if you would like to follow our journey and Steph and I's challenge to only eat what we catch, grow, harvest, or raise for an entire year, hit subscribe below and check out some of our other videos. Now let's get into Nutella. The first thing that we find really crazy about Nutella is how they list their ingredients. This is straight from their website, and if you can see, the top two ingredients are sugar and palm oil, and they have no percentages next to it. It's not till they get to their third ingredient, hazelnuts, that they actually list the percentage that's in their product, which is 13%. That's right, there's only 13% hazelnuts in your hazelnut spread. There's also 8% milk powder and 7% cocoa, and the rest of that is nothing but palm oil and sugar. Most people assume that because Nutella is made with hazelnuts that it's healthy for you. But in this next screenshot, we're going to show you exactly what's in 100 grams of Nutella. The first item listed is fat, which is at 31 grams. And further down there, you'll see the carbohydrates, that 56 grams of that is sugar. Put those two together, and 87% of what you're eating in that jar of Nutella is nothing but straight sugar and fat. I don't think anybody would make a recipe at home that had those items in it and would actually put that into their body. So, rather than just give you that information, Steph's going to hop in and show you how to make a really easy hazelnut spread right at home in your own kitchen.
Nutella was definitely one of my favorite sweet treats to indulge in before the beginning of this year. But unfortunately, along with a lot of other things, we had to give up some of our favorite foods to do this journey. We are so glad though that we did, after just learning how much sugar and oil is inside of it. So my favorite part of this journey has been recreating our favorite food items without the use of grocery stores or processed goods, and really being creative with what we have and what we can do with it. I'm super excited to show you how to make your own hazelnut spread. It's incredibly easy to make. You know exactly what's going into the product, therefore you know exactly what's going into your body. Let's get to it. Okay, so we are starting off with 2 cups of hazelnuts, a baking pan, and then some either wax paper or parchment paper. To line it, we are going to evenly spread out the hazelnuts onto the lined paper, and then pop it in the oven with the oven preheated to 325 for about 15 minutes. After 10 minutes, you're going to look at it and make sure none of it's burning. Shake it around a little bit if you notice some uneven cooking on it. But yeah, that's the first step. Alright, so our oven timer just went off. We're going to take them out of the oven and let them cool for a bit. So we're just going to let them rest until they're cool enough to handle with our hands, and then we'll show you the rest of the process. Okay, so our roasted hazelnuts have cooled down a bit, and next step is to try and get as much skin off of the hazelnuts as possible. So we use a nut milk bag, but you can use a kitchen towel, paper towel, anything like that. That'll give it a little bit of a coarseness that helps to take off that skin. And then you're just going to kind of move it around, trying to encourage all those skins to get off. It doesn't have to be perfect. They don't all have to come off. Just a majority of them. It takes away from some of the bitterness that will happen if you do leave the skins on. But yeah, just a little massage. Okay, so after you've done giving your hazelnuts a little massage, we're gonna put them into our handheld blender. It's recommended that you use a food processor or a really high-speed blender like a Vitamix, but we're using our Ninja today. I've done it before, it works good, so that's what we'll be using. And then you're just gonna want to put the hazelnuts in the blender, trying to avoid getting the excess skin. Like I said before, it's totally fine if there is some skin left on the hazelnuts. Just getting that majority off is kind of what you want to do. So all of our skins and our hazelnuts are separated to the point that we want. At this point, you can put in any of your own kind of flavoring, whether that be cocoa, a little bit of sugar, chocolate, anything that you like. We're gonna add in a little bit of salt today just to really bring out those flavors, but it's totally customizable, up to you how you want your hazelnut spread to work out. So we'll add in just a pinch of salt to that. And we'll get to blending. And it's really gonna vary how long you're blending for, depending on what you're using. So you can use a food processor, a Vitamix, anything like that. We're using our Ninja today, and last time I did it was for about 7 minutes, but this is a bigger amount of hazelnut, so it could be longer, it could be shorter, but we'll find out. We've had it blending for about 7 minutes now, and I think we're at the consistency we want, so we'll take it off and we'll test it out. All right, let's open it up and give it a taste. That is so delicious. Like I was saying, you can add sugar, cocoa powder, or chocolate to it. Whatever you like to make it your own, but just like this is delicious. It's got a nice sweetness to it and a really rich flavor that you'd be surprised comes from just hazelnuts. We hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you are curious to make this at home, we'll leave a recipe at the end of this video, and make sure you comment and let us know how your attempts turn out. And that's it for us this week. If you'd like to see more of our future videos, make sure you hit subscribe and like below, and we'll see you guys next week.